Hey everyone, it's Tim Holtz and I'm here at Sizzix headquarters, excited to share with you even more of my 2018 collection with Sizzix. Now, of course, coming out with dyes and textures are always so exciting in the design process, but of course, seeing everything put together and come to life makes it even more magical in the creative world. Now, there's a lot of different dyes, including, of course, more shadow script. We've got more funky florals, another mixed media, and of course, those stack shapes, we've got even more of those. And some other new things like this one, and I'm just going to pull this one out just to show you that this one's really great because this is a framelit. Of course, this one is designed to work with a Stampers Anonymous stamp set. So that one's really exciting. And of course, steel rule. We have a steel rule seashell that has a coordinating texture fade. And of course, to round out that whole hand-cut font, we now have the lowercase of that hand-cut alphabet in a Bigz XL steel rule die. Now, seeing how all of these dies really create great projects, take a look at this one. Remember, it's not always just cards and scrapbook pages. It certainly can be, but sometimes taking your creativity off the page is really great, because take a look at this home decor piece, just upcycling a piece of cardboard and using your dies and layering those by using the cutout portion of the shadow script and using the positive part of the words and coordinating that with some funky flowers and adding it on a hanger. Pretty neat. Now, of course, mixed media. I love that. These are a couple other great examples of using dies. You can see even that paper cut bird from previous year's collections still really ties in with that hand cut look of the font and of course those funky florals. And you can use those to create really great mixed media work, whether it's for wall decor or even in an art journal. Now down here, I just love this because I love the idea of taking your die cuts and really making a home decor element or even creating a gift, and that is taking these funky florals and by putting it into a frame really allows you to create dimension with those flowers, kind of stack those and curl those and layer those and then just put those in a small wood frame. This is an ideology frame panel. It's really nice. Now, of course, taking any of your favorite elements, whether they're photographs or embellishments or accents, you can really create mixed media using the mixed media dies. Those negative cutout spaces really allow you to create some cool kind of works of art by incorporating those elements there. And you can even take this and make a larger version on a burlap panel, really take that mixed media, because by cutting out all of those negative shapes, it really allows for great backgrounds and the ability to layer even with your more detailed shapes like the butterfly or of course incorporating some frames. Love using dies in so many different ways. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you can't even take a simpler approach with mixed media by using your favorite watercolor and just cut that out. Just creating that pattern, that negative dropout really adds a nice impact to your card. And of course, adding that shadow script is really a nice way to do that. Then we can go down here and show you how cool that new framelit is with that stamp set. What I love about this, of course, is this is cutting out so many different ticket shapes, but there's a lot of detail here. You can see all the different little jaggedy lines that we've included. You can see some of the tickets, like this one up here, has a great little perforation line. So all of those details are part of the die. It's not just cutting out a basic rectangle. We've really gone in and added some great detail to every single ticket to make them unique. And then you don't always have to use the stamp. You can take these and just cut out a ticket shape and write in your own little sentiment or greeting or something like that and tuck them into planners or cards. But I love the idea of anytime having a shape that coordinates with the stamp set, that's just a bonus. Now you can look up here and see that sometimes we can just take an alphabet and just use it for what it is, an alphabet. We don't even have to spell a word. We can just use all those letters to create a really fun kind of playful background for a card, and we can take the negative space of that stack shape. Isn't that cool? Great way to incorporate it on a card. Now we want to get into some tropical fun vibe. We can see here that this is using that new steel rule die of the Seashells. Because it does come with a coordinating texture fade, you can see that embossed detail in that shell. Isn't that great? But there's more to this, because here we've layered this on that wood planks steel rule die. That's our background. And then we've got that shadow script, and of course taking those funky florals and cutting them out of metallic gives us a totally different tropical beach vibe. Love that. Now, speaking of tropical beach vibe, take a look at this card. Here we've gone in a little bit more mixed media. Now, that seashell die has two different shells. We've got this shell here on the top and this one on the bottom, and I love the detail that the texture fade really adds, because when you add your ink or paint, it really pops that color. And again, adding that on different shapes and layer, even if you're adding your greenery, it just creates a whole work of art just in and of itself. Now look at this one. I'm always excited when I see designs that really kind of tie into previous collections that we've done. Here you can see that new hand-cut lowercase paired with the new steel rule die wood planks. But then we see those tropical thinlits that we released years past. Really great way to tie in the old with the new. And that is what I always love about continuing to design great innovative products with Sizzix.